The comfort of the catwalk.
This week's episode was La Grande Illusion, which I have to assume the illusion they're talking about is civility, because...
There was none?
Yeah, basically. Everything about this episode was the illusion of civility. Thinly veiled malice and general hate for everybody on everybody's part. On the upside, I think this is the first time Archie has actually been A-plot relevant. Since we were just complaining about that.
Archie, complain. Oh my god, if I don't do this with the Blossoms, my dad could be in trouble and I won't get into music school.
Yeah, so this episode opens with basically Cheryl trying to poach Archie. There really isn't a better word for it. It just... We're the rich family. Bribe.
It's creepy. He reminds them of their dead son, and Cheryl wants his bones. It's creepy.
Yeah.
You make it sound like that's news.
Ugh.
It's not news, but it's in stark light today.
Ugh.
Yeah, so this is the episode where the Blossoms try and buy Archie. Just shy of literally. So Cheryl invites him to the tree tapping, the annual tree tapping, which is attended by all of the
Board of directors.
Yeah, for their maple syrup company.
Yeah, it's they tap that tree.
Tap the tree.
Yeah. They don't call it a tree tapping, they just call it a tapping.
Oh.
Cheryl would tap that.
Exactly.
But she did, because she's wearing maple red lipstick.
God, yeah.
Maple flavored too.
Which...
If you're wondering why it was so sweet.
Because we know for damn sure the sweetness didn't come from her.
Oh, snap.
Burn. I don't feel well. This episode makes my head hurt.
This episode gave him queasies.
Everyone is awful. Everyone.
It was pretty terrible.
Yeah, so while the Blossoms are throwing money at Archie in the hopes that he'll be Cheryl's boy toy / better half, which in this universe is less yin and yang and more yin and more yin.
More yin, less yang.
Yeah. Archie gets principles, sort of. It's just...
Doesn't save him from getting dumped, though.
Yeah, what the fuck? Well, why was Valerie being such a bitch? Like, oh, if you're done with the Blossoms, that's great, but I'm done with you. Like, you knew why he was doing that. He was basically trying to look out for his own future. Like, I'm sorry, but...
It's not like he was... It's not like if he had gotten into a program on his own, he wouldn't be spending the summer with you anyway.
Yeah, it's like... And she's like,
and it's nothing you haven't done.
Yeah, and she's like, I won't be bought. It's like, how's Archie trying to buy you? He's saying sorry, and then he'll make it up to you. Oh, so that's what you're interpreting as buying, him making it up to you. That's not buying, that's human fucking decency.
No. She was upset that he was going through with the Blossoms because she was like, oh, they're just giving you things and you're taking advantage of that. But he's also just using connections?
Yeah, like, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to side with Archie being pragmatic here. He did what he did to A, get a foot in the door on a really prestigious music program academy thing, and B, help get his father out of the red. Because he'd been saying his company was having money troubles.
Or at least get one of the two people who's been slamming him with problems off of his back.
Yeah. Wait, well, who are the two?
Hiram and Clifford. God.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lodge and Blossom.
Yeah. Wait. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because Lodge was sending the thugs.
And Clifford's just being an asshole.
And hiring away his crew.
Yeah.
Which is a dick move and probably
illegal.
Yeah. At the very least, it's not something that should be allowed.
Yeah.
But we know that this show doesn't really operate on real people rules.
Mm-hmm.
Then what the fuck are we watching?
I'm still siding
relate
with Bradley's theory that we're watching an insane asylum that is the size of a county. And doesn't actually have nurses. Although, based on what I've seen, Pop might be the warden of this particular asylum.
I want a milkshake to drown my sorrows.
We could go get that after the review.
Yay! Yay!
Oh boy.
Oh, and you want to know what happened in the mystery this episode? So fucking we, because the most we get is that Hiram may have had motive because the Blossoms may have been responsible for him getting sent to jail, and that Polly is spying on the Blossoms from the inside, and now Cheryl hates both her and Archie. Archie because, you know...
He rejected her.
Yeah, and Polly because I don't know.
And God only knows why, but Cheryl decided to present Valerie with evidence that Archie was going toward her.
Yeah, what the oh my god!
There's stupid, and then there's shooting yourself in the foot vindictive stupid.
Jesus Christ. Does this... You've seen Ahead?
I watched the whole thing.
Yeah. I don't know what I was gonna ask. I just was...
If you're asking me if it gets better,
I just...
no.
No, I just want to know if there's some payoff. If there's, like, something that makes it all make sense. Because right now, I'm confused. And hurt. And confert. And
Jughead's murder board is starting to look more and more like the questions department.
yeah, oh, and that's another thing. You know, so there's a fight between the Coopers, who may not be the Coopers anymore if a divorce gets through.
I don't think divorce is part of this world.
Pop-
Because somehow neither Jughead's parents nor Archie's parents seem to be divorced.
yeah, you know,
They're just separated.
For-
and living in
By
different
cities.
yeah, you know, for this trying to be like a dark and adult interpretation of Archie, this feels a lot like the Disney Channel trying to be edgy.
Oh snap.
Yeah, like, we could cover topics, but you know, we could try and cover topics like slut-shaming and suicide, but oh, we can't say the word divorce or abortion. God. Fuck.
We can't possibly imply that such things exist by acknowledging the words that, by actually using the words that make them official.
And there are no happy married couples in this show, I've just realized. Like, the closest... I mean...
The Blossoms just seem to be in their own little pot of hatred and malice that at this point is thicker than the maple syrup they produce.
Fucking hell, now I want some maple syrup. fuck. If it didn't make me fat, I would vote we go to IHOP. Ugh. Why? Was there a Helmuth built? Was this built on top of a Helmuth? Did former president? Fuck, he's still president. I mean, no, he's still called president because after you're not president, you're still addressed as president formally. But did Obama just create like a small community to put all the worst of humanity? You know, like the British tried to do with Australia. Is this good? I think the happiest ending for the series is if the town of Riverdale becomes a nuclear testing site. Harsh? Maybe, but just there's no light. The darkness has closed in. Abandon all hope, ye who enter. The seventh layer is for traitors and I.
So Alice Cooper is currently bent on writing an article which her husband decides to refuse to publish and has revoked her rights to access the system. So she throws a rock at his window.
And just like everything else, every other situation, the police are useless.
Yeah.
Unless he just doesn't want to press charges, which, why wouldn't you? I mean, it's pretty clear that the honeymoon days are over for these high school sweethearts. But just, why doesn't Papa Cooper, so many fucking characters, and they all have stupid-ass white boy names. I don't know what that had to do with anything. Just, but Papa Cooper is the one who's like great grandpa got killered by a blossomed.
By Grandpappy Blossom.
Yeah.
Great Grandpappy Blossom.
Yeah. So why does he not want to fuck the Blossoms till they're dead?
I think this one is more about him spiting his wife for kicking him out than about spiting the Blossoms for stealing his daughter.
Well, hey, why not do both? You know, you could probably,
He could write his own article.
Yeah, he could write his own article. He could lie to something, steal the story from her, publish it under his own name. Just, why doesn't anyone do sense things? I'm losing my grip on the English language.
It's a very good question. I think we need food now.
I forget where I am.
We need food now.
But first we gotta get through the review. So
Why?
What's left?
Well,
I mean,
we have to address Betty's desperate attempt to get in contact with Polly.
Oh
Who's
yeah.
apparently shut down all communication while she's on her own secret mission to do something with the Blossoms.
Basically to see if they're involved with Jason's murder, which, I mean, good luck. Who knows?
Now that Cheryl's gone psycho, feral, it's entirely possible again. It's back on the table.
I don't know. I don't understand. I'm trying. Okay. You know what? I'll talk about this later, but a good mystery is something that when it's revealed, we should be able to say, oh, the pieces were all there. But there are so many red herrings.
There are more red herrings than there are red heads.
Hey, stop trying to set Cheryl up with the creepy lookalike of her creepy wax sculpture brother. I'm saying this to the Blossom parents. It's creepy. You're creepy. Oh, and Veronica kind of sort of pays for the sins of her father because he
Kind of fucks everybody over.
He fucks everybody over, and
including Ethel, the brave girl from the Sticky Maple episode.
yeah, and her parents are fighting because the lodge thing is a thing, and the dad tries to off himself, and
Ethel's dad, not Veronica's dad.
yeah, and
Hermione finally confesses to
Fred
Andrews that that she's the one who owns the property with Hiram.
And he's like, OMG, I'm working for Lodge Industries. No.
Yeah, his basic response is, okay, fine, I'll do the job. I need the fucking work, but we are just business now.
yeah, and
You can see that's a devastating blow to her.
yeah, and you know what? He does have a point, because all these higher ups between the lodges and the Blossoms, they really do see the Andrews as just they're pawns. They're means to an end. And yeah, insert commentary on the proletariat and the bourgeois. Oh hey, their hairs are red. Huh. Long live Mother Riverdale.
Honestly, if the Andrews were as stretchy as Mr. Fantastic, they still would have been drawn and quartered by how many people are pulling them in different directions by now.
Oh,
So, anyone else have anything to say? Because all I can say is that this episode made my head hurt, and it makes me want to just down an entire thing of aspirin to see if it goes away. Probably not the most sensitive of similes considering the subject matter of this episode.
Yeah.
I only realized it the second it was out of my mouth. But yeah, anyone else have anything to say?
I'm good.
Yeah, that about covers this episode. Just an entire episode of
What?
trying to get through a swamp in the middle of the night.
Don't review Riverdale for a third season. Watch more Catbug. We can have soft tacos later. Yay!
That's it. That's the show.
Yeah, you know all those kids shows we liked when we were growing up, like the late 80s, early 90s, mid 90s. Those things had nice plots, they were concise, they were self-contained, and God, I miss them.
You know that.
Please bring back Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah.
Hell, even today they still kind of are. I mean, like DuckTales, Star Wars: Force of Evil, Avatar, Steven Universe. I mean, they're all followable.
And every one of them, at least most of them, have relatable characters who do relatable things for relatable reasons. They're not
Awful.
Yeah. I mean, hell, Anime Logic is easier to follow than this series. And Anime Logic gets really far out there.
The point we're trying to get is we don't understand why this got such rave reviews. It's confusing.
Yeah, you can't work a series on drama alone. It doesn't stand up over time.
I'm Catbug. Yeah, everything he says is true.
Anyone want to go eat?
Yes.
Yeah, I think dinner's the right play now.
Hey. Okay. Catbug, turn off the camera.
Failure.
I suppose that's better than if Catbug had actually tackled the camera.
Yeah.